Pleased to be joined by a good friend of mine and a friend of Ontario hockey. And the answer to what was a random trivia question I got posed to me a couple of years ago, the last goaltender to be drafted out of the Sudbury Wolves into the National Hockey League all the way back in 2005, the sixth round pick to the Tampa Bay Lightning. Now he's a head coach in the Greater Ontario Hockey League. Kevin Beech, how you doing, man?
Great, Mark. Thanks for having me. Yeah, that was something I definitely did not know, but you passed that along to me. It was kind of interesting fact to see. But yeah, one of my good buddies, Michael Lawrence, is the goaltending coach in Sudbury, and I sent that to him at the time, and he told me he's gonna change that real quick. So I'm hoping that happens.
Hey, they got a lot of goaltenders in that system right now with the Wolves, and I see you have the Sudbury Wolves jerseys in behind you, and I guess just to kind of get into the Sudbury of it all. Obviously, Sudbury holds a near and dear place to your heart. Maybe just take me through some of the memories of playing up in Northern Ontario and playing with the Sudbury Wolves organization.
Yeah, definitely, Mark. I mean, what a place to play junior hockey. It's kind of a fishbowl for hockey, and it's a show in town. So you put on the spotlight, and a lot of people come out to support you. Played 4 years there, so that was home for me for a long time. Played with a lot of great players, supported by fans, great billets, you know, great coaching staff. So it was really a special time in my life that I'm always going to remember.
You started off with in the Noge loop with the with Sudbury in Junior A, and then you kind of make that move up. What do you remember about your development over the years in Sudbury and how you were able to grow not only as a goaltender but as a person just in that organization?
I think you're the big one of my biggest takeaways now, which I take the coaching now is just the coaching staff I had there with Mike Foligno, Bob Jones, Brian Verow. Um, you couldn't ask for more professional coaching staff at that age, and um, you know, kind of to make those steps and just your hockey knowledge, both on and off the ice. But um, you know, those guys kind of show you the ropes of the right ways to do it, and learned a lot from them, and kind of that led into my the rest of my hockey career and also into my life.
Any favorite memories of playing in that old barn and maybe the wolf, the stuffed wolf, I would imagine comes to mind?
Definitely the Wolf going across. Um, any of our playoff series, like playoff hockey, was the best. Um, but yeah, it's a true it's a true barn. Um, I'm glad it's still there. Definitely probably the one of funnest places to play in the league. But yeah, the Wolf going across when you score is always classic.
Take me through just your years after Sudbury. Obviously, you're drafted to the Lightning. You play in the professional ranks for a few years. Maybe just take me through just what that aspect of your life was like. Obviously, playing in the CHL, going to France, going to Germany, getting to play all around the United States. I mean, you were the definition of suitcase, if you will, with all the
Oh yeah,
different places
yeah.
that you played.
No, pretty fortunate to live so many cool places from hockey. Um, yeah, if you look at my career where I played, definitely 100% fit that suitcase category. Um, but got to see a lot of the world, so it was a great time. I think being drafted by Tampa was always a pretty cool achievement in my life. Um, I chased it. I put everything I could into it. Didn't make it like a bunch of my other teammates did out of Sudbury. Had such a great group of guys there who have had long careers. Like Nick Foligno still going. I was thinking about it this morning. Like, I was getting out of bed this morning, sore just from coaching last night, and I was like, "Oh, Nick played last night. Nick's playing tomorrow," which is it was pretty cool to see. And see the guys I played with have such long, awesome careers. But yeah, I didn't make it myself, but I played so many cool places, and very fortunate what I've got out of hockey so far.
Still keep in contact with some of your old Sudbury teammates, or
A little bit. It's tough because you know, like you said, I was a suitcase. So I was playing 20 guys a year, and it's 20 new guys. And then those guys, they got new teammates every year. So, here and there, but everyone's got families now, and you know, you play with so many cool guys. But yeah, those are like lifelong friends for sure. That you know, guys I was very lucky to play, have the opportunity to play with.
You ended up retiring a few years back, and you're able to transition into goaltending as a goaltending coach. Now you're a head coach in Brantford. I guess what was maybe that transition into coaching life, going from playing and almost immediately into the coaching ranks?
Yeah, I was kind of near the end of the wave where COVID ended my last season, and you know, a lot of younger players kind of missed out on, you know, full seasons in junior, and that's kind of the year I just stopped and didn't go back to Germany where I had last been playing. And I jumped right in with my buddy there, the goalie coach in Sudbury, Michael Lawrence, with his company Pro Goaltending. I've been working with him a long time. Um, so kind of that's just natural. I've been doing it for years in the off seasons, and we jumped into it right away. Um, and then with rinks still just being shut down, I had a opportunity to go down to Nashville and kind of get into the junior scene down there and get on the bench. And you know, as soon as I got on the bench, I realized right away I was like, yeah, I missed this game day feeling, and you know, I want to be more involved with team stuff and in the actual like game day every day. So been really enjoying being on the bench and having a great time in with the Brantford Titans this year.
Was coaching always the thought after your playing career? Like, when you think about the last few years of when you were actually playing, that was kind of the next transition that you were kind of looking for, or?
I think hockey's always been such a big part of my life, that yeah, I definitely want to stay involved. Um, wasn't actually sure completely how, if it's through goaltending or team stuff. You know, I always loved both. And right now I'm kind of doing both, which is kind of the best of both worlds. But yeah, for sure, I hockey's always been life pretty much since I've been young, and fortunate to stay in it.
You're with the Brantford Titans. You're obviously, tight knit with the Brantford Bulldogs organization as well, while living in the same city. I guess what has that experience been like? Because I know you've gotten a few Bulldogs players that have been sent down to Junior B, and you get to kind of be that head coach in their next step in their development ahead of going to the Ontario Hockey League.
Yeah, it's a great challenge. So you know, the prospects we've got from the Bulldogs, they're all talented players. You know, there's a reason that they're picks and they're prospects, and um, they'll have great skill. I think the challenge is just kind of teaching them what's going to be expected at the next level, and the way to play the game, and as far as moving up to junior, moving up to pro. So take a lot of pride in that, and you know, my experiences from my pro career, and just bringing them up to speed, and make sure that when they get the opportunity, they are ready to make that jump. And you know, I'm sure these guys will definitely be ready, and it's exciting to work with these guys and see where they move on to next.
Yeah, so you're 6'4". What was it like having to coach Alexander Karamov, who is 7 foot tall? Some people have him pegged at 7'1". He's probably about 7'4" on skates. What was that like for you? I'd imagine you haven't really had to look up at somebody much younger than you at this, especially at your height.
Yeah, it's you know, to be honest, the first week you kind of just get caught up just watching them, just the size of them. I went out to training camp for the Bulldogs during that week, and I'm gonna be honest. That first day, I didn't see much of the play because I was just kind of looking at them. But once you get used to it, like the size of them, you see like how good of a player he is, and the skill asset he has. For that size, the way he moves is incredible. Um, has a great shot. Uh, you know, can make skill plays, can rush the puck, which probably won't be expected at the next level, but you know, at our level, he could do it. Um, and it's just, yeah, really smart kid, infectious personality, like to be around. He's always in a great mood, positive mood. Um, you know, works incredibly hard. So we were excited to see this past week. He's moved on to the North Bay side of North Bay, and he's making that step up. Um, but yeah, it's fun. You have all the kids coming out to games, and they all want to talk to him and get pictures with him. Definitely, just the size is polarizing, but he's a great player too, and he takes things very seriously. He takes care of his body. But at that age, to be that big, he's still figuring out his body and growing into it. But definitely a fun project to work on.
Any recommendations to him ahead of going up to Northern Ontario as a guy that lived in Northern Ontario for a little bit?
Yeah, well, he has some background, you know, some Russian background there, so he knows what the cold's like. But yeah, bundle up. But you know, those northern OHL markets are like the best. I couldn't wish for any better place to play. Um, you're going to be treated very well. Um, get all the opportunity, everything you need to develop, and at the end of the day, you're the show in town Saturday night. So it's there's nothing better than that when you're a hockey player.
Something like a Sudbury Saturday night, if I do say so
Oh,
myself. Dev, thank you so much for joining us here today and wishing you all the best with the Brantford Titans organization.
appreciate it, Mark. Thanks for having me.